Very funny Dan Ogus.
Woo! Yeah, all right. Stage presence, right? Cool. So, who believes in reincarnation? Wow, fucking nobody. Some people? All right. Cool. All right. So one time, I was meditating for a while. I was back in New Jersey. I was meditating for a while, and I saw some past lives. That's what I believe. Fuck you if you don't believe it. I don't care. Anyway, I was getting picked up from the airport, coming back here from my friends, and they said, "What do you do in New Jersey?" And I said, "Well, I just meditated a lot." And they said, "What happened?" And I was like, "Well, it was really cool. I saw like past lives and shit. Like I was a swordsman." And then two of my friends were in the car, Travis and Dominic. And Dominic was like, "Man, I wish I knew what I was in my past life." And my friend Travis is like, "I know what you were." And Dominic's like, "What?" And Travis goes, "You were a bitch and I used to fuck you in the ass." Yeah. It was great. So Number asked Travis what you were in a past life because you were always his bitch and he used to fuck you in the ass. Thank you. Has anyone heard of fake meat? You know the fake meat? It's like lab-grown meat. Anyone heard of the lab-grown meat? Anyone paying attention? Cool. I feel like lab-grown meat is going to start the next zombie apocalypse. This is what's going to happen, right? First, we already have beef. We're synthesizing beef. It's being grown in the lab. And people are getting good at that. And they're going to start eating like synthetic beef. But I feel that we're going to start getting experimental. People are going to start putting different kinds of meat. And eventually there's going to be human meat that you're going to eat. And you know who's going to eat them? The gym bros. They're like, "Come on, man, you are what you eat. You are what you eat. Now put that shit up." That'd be terrible, because like if there's anything that happens at the laboratory and then the meat gets spoiled, that means that these guys are going to come right after you. A bunch of zombros. Zombros, all right. That was good. Cool. I have an injury on my hip. It's because when I was 36 years old, my friend who was a professional belly dance teacher wanted to take ballet and she needed a dance partner. And I was like, "Oh, that's a good idea. Let's do ballet at 36. That's not a good idea. What ends up happening is if you try to do a double pirouette, those things are hard. And when you fall on the ground, some injuries just don't heal. There's no point to that joke. Thank you. Is anyone scared of the coronavirus? No? You should be. That's really where the zombie apocalypse is going to come from, because it's going to mutate over in China. And then you're like, "Oh, but it's okay. We'll just shut down the airports. We'll shut down the airports until they fucking build a zombie wall of China. There's 1 billion people. They just run across each other. Get the United States, infect everybody." All right, I don't know. This is an interesting story. Or not, but I'm going to tell it. When I was looking at colleges, I ended up in Greensboro, North Carolina to look at UNC Greensboro. And people down there talk real different from where I was in New Hampshire. So I get to the airport, I get on the shuttle to the hotel, and there's this old black bus driver, and he looks over to me and he goes, I said, "What?" And he said, that's how it sounded in my head, right? So I'm just trying to converse with him using my standard English language, and he's just and eventually I start picking it up. We're driving, there's a prison bus, and he's like, "Them boys over there, them boys over there, them some bad boys over there. I tell you what, them some bad boys over there." I was like, "Oh, I get it." He's just slamming all his words together. There's no stop. I get it, I understand. And so I started talking back to him. I was like, "Yeah, them boys over there, they're some bad boys. Aren't they some bad boys?" He said, "Yeah, them boys are bad. My boys are good boys. Them boys are boys. My boys are good." So eventually, We go back and forth like this. I learn his accent. We get the hotel. The next day at breakfast, my dad is trying to ask the waitress for some orange juice, and he says, "Excuse me, ma'am, can I have some orange juice? Excuse me, ma'am, can I have some orange juice?" And I said, "Dad, you're not talking to her right." I said, "Hey, sweet thing, can you give my dad some orange juice?" He said, "Oh, you want some orange juice?" I said, "Yeah, my daddy needs some orange juice." He's like, "Oh, here, you some orange juice." You gotta talk to them how they understand. My name is Dan Ogus, thank you.
Dan Ogus, everybody.